Welcome back. I'm here with Trevor Quickshot Henry and Joe Birthday Boy Miller as we take a closer look at our last match. Of course, happy birthday from all of us, Joe.
Thank you very much.
And I'm going to let you answer my question as first hitter here as well. What did you think of Gambit's play in this one? It seemed like they looked a lot more crisp than we've seen in the last couple of weeks.
So I didn't know what to expect from Gambit at all, considering that they'd lost 11 games on the bounce before it. Okay, their hopes of promotion are gone, and I actually said this last week that I think now that that's happened, I think it alleviates some stress from Gambit, and that seems to have happened. We talked to Edward and Diamond, and they both seem like happier people compared to what we saw last week. And I think for them, that's a really positive sign, considering their push to the playoffs, to promotion, sorry.
Yeah, I actually completely agree. And I think it was a difficult game for both teams because it determines, first of all, Copenhagen Wolves are no longer in playoffs. With that loss, they can't chase Roccat. Second to that, they're now tied with Gambit in head-to-head. So if Gambit get one game more than Copenhagen Wolves over Super Week, it's going to force a tiebreaker spot for that 7th place seed and the ability to pick your opponents. But I don't know if this was a matter of Gambit playing very well or if there was an element of Copenhagen Wolves not playing particularly well. You always have to measure those up, and we will find out later because there's 3 more games for both of these teams to play.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, it is close, and it is actually reflected in one of the Dragon fights that we're going to show here as a replay. Let's get that up on the screen, where it's eventually a 2-for-2, but Gambit get their beloved Dragon.
Yeah, so first and foremost, 18 minutes into the game, no towers are falling. Gambit have actually done better in the laning phase, and I really want to highlight the fact that Diamond has been very proactive. He had ganked multiple times, and he'd actually given Gambit a little bit of a lead in this situation. Roll this clip out, and the most important thing to note is just how split up the Copenhagen Wolves are. Take a look at the teleport from Youngbuck. He's coming in the tri-bush from behind Gambit. The rest of Wolves were fairly tightly knit, but they've taken so much damage from Nick and from the rest of the Gambit squad that now as they continue to chase through the jungle, they instantly start flashing, get popped, and they split up all over the place. So this was the first team fight where Copenhagen Wolves overcommitted, and while they come away, trading 2-for-2 in terms of kills, the Dragon was already gone. They'd invested a whole bunch of summoner spells, and from here on out, Gambit began to cement their control in the game.
Yeah, and as we go further in the game, Diamond was mentioning it as well, it just felt better for us, and you can see that reflected in counter ganks and team play as a whole, and we're actually going to take a look at another replay because the Copenhagen Wolves did try to make it happen. BrokenShot tried to make something happen, but too little too late.
Yeah, again, moving into this bottom lane, and if we run the clip here, you see that BrokenShot coming down from his top side, and the fact is that Kubon today, I thought, and Deficio said it as well, played things really, really well. If we run the clip, we see that in a second, as BrokenShot starts to move down, we see jumping in there. As soon as he starts to come in, that teleport is popped straight away on top of the Canyon minion. And that automatically gives them an advantage. If you look at Walleye, he's at less than half HP already. If you look as well at Youngbuck, he had no teleport available. And really good call here from Gambit to actually pull it through. Some nice work with the bubbles as well from Edward. If we just let this one run out, you'll see there they managed to lock up those final couple of kills. Really, really well played. This is not a Gambit that would have lost 11 games in a row if they'd done this on more than, any semi-regular basis.
Yeah, this is the best that we've seen Gambit in 5 weeks. The last time they picked up a win was in week 6, and I think a lot of it stems from confident plays, but confident plays that they pulled off. Because there was ganks, there was movement, there was transitions between lanes, and Gambit pulled it off, and they managed to pick up their first win in a very long time. And we'll see if they can carry that confidence through the rest of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see, all the games here in Super Week will tell the tale. And now let's send it back over to Demon and Deficio for